What's up, Pyromaniacs? As you can see, we no longer have our farm here. I decided to make a quick little adjustment. And as you can see, we've got the little pipe running in from outside. And it's going to still be coming in here. And there's the door. I want to give you guys a slightly better look at our new massive farm. Now, I did a little research on the internet. And hopefully this information is correct. Some of it has been right, some of it has been wrong. But we now have a 21 by 21 farm. And this may not be the most effective way to do it. I'm not sure. Maybe not. But I decided to set it up to where it's dirt, water, and that way I could have the most bang for my buck. Steam engines seem to be a little bit much. So I'm using 2 redstone power engines. And I found out the other reason last time when I made that statement that the top end here wasn't getting chopped all the way. It only chops the top. It doesn't chop it all the way down to the first floor. So as it grows, it's just going to take this level right here. So that one over there should be the first one to go, hopefully. And I'm hoping that these red power little guys are enough to do it. We will see. They may not be enough power, and I may end up having to bring one of those steam engines back. But I'm going to let these 2 guys get fully powered up before I throw in the towel. But anyways, they're going to basically keep this chopped at this height. And then all that stuff will head into my little research facility. And that should easily keep me supplied with plenty of resources. I mean, with this many here, that's just an epic amount of stuff. Unfortunately, I do have this little problem getting inside sometimes. But I've got my door up, although it's kind of funny because of my FOV, this door looks crooked. But anyways, in this episode today, not quite sure what all we're going to do. I thought about doing a farm, but it all really depends on what these redstone engines do. If these redstone engines are enough to fuel that, then I'm going to probably keep it the way it is. I may add 2 more redstone engines to it. I've pulled them off these 2 things here. So we may end up having to make 2 more redstone engines, I'm thinking, because it's not cutting anything, and I'm a little worried. Maybe it's not working. Anyways, once I get that figured out and I figure out which one of the engines works, we will move on with the episode. So it looks like our nice little redstone engines are not going to cut it, which is sad. Makes me a sad panda. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making a electric engine. And what the electric engine does, I believe it is a forestry mod item. I believe there are also... oh shit, I'm doing this the wrong way. There we go. I think it's like this. Oh, for the love of... There is also a current, I believe, industrial craft item that basically does the same thing. I don't know if it works with forestry anymore, because forestry has changed a few things since the mods aren't together anymore. Since they broke up, things don't quite work the same, I don't believe. Alright, so there's our piston. And then now I need to make a couple cogs. I may need a little bit. There we go. So, boom. Split these. There we go. There we go. It's 2 cogs. And then I need some tin, I believe it is. Yes, 10 gears. And I don't know if I need to turn it to stone first. I think it's equivalent. 10. Alright. You can hear my werewolves outside trying to keep me company. Little bastards. 10 gear. Let's see. Ah, shit. 1 sec. Pull up the recipe. Gotcha. And that is... Yep, okay. So, we need to turn these into stone. So, put our 2 gears in the middle. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now I've got our 2 stone gears. Put our 2 stone gears in the middle. And hopefully this recipe is correct. Thank you, God. That's our 2 10 gears. And then what we do from here... Why didn't it give us both of them? That's odd. All right, boom. Boom. Put our piston here, our glass here. And then we need, I believe, 3 iron on the top. Isn't that iron? 10, actually. Whoops. Apparently this is all made out of 10. And there we go. This gives us an electrical engine. Now, an electrical engine... How close are we to daytime? Almost there. Can you give it just a second? Do I have my redstone torch? Yes, and I'm going to need some cabling. And sun is officially up. We should be safe. Should be. Starting to get flashbacks of Children of the Corn as I'm hiding in my cornfields. It's not the kind of flashback you want to get while you're going to work in the farm. Now, this engine, regardless of whether or not it's on or not, needs one of these. And we need to get this bad boy powered. Now, I believe I simply run a power grid to it. But I'm not sure. So that's what we're going to try first. We're just going to do the quick ghetto hack. Let me find where my bat box is. Bat box is right there. We're going to go ahead and... Of course I can't go through there. Where's my big badass axe? Alright, so... There we go. That's going to let me see where we need to go. Boom. Hopefully it's not too terribly positioned. Whoops. Alright, that's not terrible. And what we're just basically going to do... Like I said, this may not actually work. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is going to kill this whole thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to step it over one. Because we can do it through the water. Well, not through the water, but over the water. And it shouldn't mess with things. So let's go ahead and snap him there. And it looks like we're going to be moving our engine over one. Which is fine with me. I'm not really necessarily attached to that side. I don't think we're going to have enough cabling length. We might. Oh, we're going to get so fucking close. Whoops! No! No! There we go. Better not fuck up my farm. Oh, fucking seriously? There we go. I believe that is close enough. Alright, so we're just going to simply move this. So bust this. Dig this bad boy out. And then we're just going to place this over here. And if this doesn't work, we're going to have to use crystal cabling, which we may end up having to use anyway. There we go. 0 millijoules. Sad face. No fuel. No input. So... Alright, well, I'm going to play around with this, figure out why it's not working. I'm pretty sure it's because of this. We'll figure out how to get this bad boy working, and then hopefully this will get our farm working. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I figured out what the problem was. Right there. I was plugged into the wrong damn side of the bat box. There is one out and multiple ends. So now our little guy is rocking. You can see, holy shit, we are spitting out. Oh, I hate these little things. Hang on, I gotta murder this little thing and then I'll show you guys. Come here, little guy. Come here. Yeah, well, this also gives us a little bit better view of the, there we go. You can see it is nicely yanking all of that stuff up. All that stuff's going to go up nicely into our little setup. And unlike before, this will be a permanently powered engine. So I'm not going to have to come out here and constantly swap out the, swap out coal and such. So you just need that. And like I said, make sure you're plugged into the right side of your bat box. Don't be a retard like me. We're going to go ahead and seal this stuff. Whoops. Oh, really? seal this stuff back in if I can get up here. There we go. Boom. And boom. Perfect. And that will basically keep us in an endless supply of wonderful sugarcane. God, look at all that, man. That is a ton of sugarcane. Look at how tightly packed in it is. That is ridiculous. Oh, awesome. Let's go ahead and head inside and see what it looks like. Has it made it through yet? It hasn't made it through yet. It's getting close. Damn it. It's getting nighttime, too. Oh, looks like it's all right about there. And it's funny because on this pipe here, it's not quite as tightly packed as it was looking on the other side. So that's going to basically fill this chest up, I have a feeling, relatively quickly, because this is a legendary farm here. But as you can see, it has managed to chop everything up. It's still got about half the farm to do. And you can see it right over there. It's bam, bam. So that's pretty quick. So that should easily be able to keep up with that. Now the question that we're going to run into is that going to drain the bat box? It looks like it's draining the bat box pretty badly. So we're going to need to get some more power units up to keep that bad boy running, because we don't want to run out of yummy farm automation. Once I get enough power supply set up here, I'm going to probably end up making a normal farm, because I'm still having food problems, mainly because I've been lazy and just been so distracted with other stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get the power upped so that we're not running out of power every 30 seconds. We may actually even level up our bat box once all is said and done, and then we'll pick up there. Alright, I'm going to show you guys today how to use landmarks to set up a quarry. Now, quarries normally are rather small, but we're going to use landmarks, which is this little blue torch right here. And this allows you to designate the areas in the area that you're wanting to actually use, so that you can actually expand the quarry from its small little thing to a big thing. And you make it with a redstone torch and a little bit of lapis. And there you are. Pretty easy recipe. Now, you have to have 4 of these set up. You can see we've got one over there, we've got one off in the distance over there, and we've got another one over there. We've marked our 4x4 grid. So that's exactly where we want this quarry to be. But you have to power the landmark with redstone. You can see these little blue lines, and they mark where we're going to be going, and they touch the other landmarks. And you can see that it kind of ignores terrain. So once you've got it set where you want, you punch it, and it will link with the other landmarks, assuming they're on the same plane and at the same distance. And you can see all of them are hooked up right there. All nice and beautiful. Nice, pretty little square. Now, you have to be careful. You don't want to place the quarry on the red line. But if we do it normally, this is what it looks like. See how small that is compared to what we're wanting to use? So we're going to come over here and we're going to plant it. Now, this is the imperative part. Like I said, you don't want to plant it on the red line because it will screw it up. And it has to be directly adjacent to the torch right here. If you place it here, it's not going to work. Or there, it's not going to work. It's got to be right here. You place it here, and bam, it snaps right on, instantly fills out, nice and beautiful, and then you just got to power it up. Now, one thing you want to make sure you want to go around and collect all of your torches, because it usually pops the torches out of the dirt, and, you know, lapis and redstone isn't really all that expensive, but, you know, there's no reason to abuse them and lose them if you're going to be doing this multiple times. So this is how you set it up here. You know, you can do these, I think, up to 64 by 64, which is pretty damn big. I mean, that's pretty massive. I think that's 4 chunks. Yeah, that's 4 chunks by 4 chunks. So that's pretty big amount of space, and it will dig all the way down to bedrock. But you want to make sure you put some water in here because it will stop at lava. Anyways, in the next episode, I'm going to show you guys how we get this set up. Hope you guys are liking this series. If you do, please click that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, tips, tricks, and guides. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.